6th of October 2013. Long live rock and roll. She's back. He's back. He's back. Swampy's a boy. He's back. Right, so first chance I've had to long live rock and roll. First chance I've had to start on the car since it came back. You saw me jumping out of the garage very tired on the last video. Alright, well, I've put it on a dolly. It's not that heavy actually. I can actually lift the front and I'll have to lift the back because there's actually no weight in it. You can lift it up, but I did need a hand to get that dolly under there, so my brother gave me a hand there and got the dolly underneath, so it's movable again. What I'm doing now is just putting the panels, mocking the panels back up, and we're looking for even gaps around the doors, so those door rubbers seal up, and making sure that you've got an even gap. If you look on that, if I track you in, you'll see that that's running parallel. Now we drop down just a bit at that bottom right, your middle of the screen now, crosshair on in the middle. Drop down a touch there. It's not a problem, that's the rubber. It just looks like I've ground a bit off the top of the sill, because I can actually see that, if you look, that thickness there, it just comes down here. Well, it isn't a big deal, that. It's not going to affect the rubber at all. The rubber sits on there and you'll lose that, so that's nothing really. It could even be on all the cars, that. Parallel there, as you can see, look how that runs parallel, frame goes parallel, so that door is parallel. Moving on to the back door, back offside door, back passenger, back driver, sorry, again parallel. And going to check the door seal rubber now. What we'll do, put the rubber seals on, get the catches on, the door catches on, mock up the door catches, get the doors opening and closing, put the rubber seals on, and then get an airline and just check that everything lines up, just in case we have to bend or bash anything to shape, in case there's been any distortion, or if we've missed anything on the welds when we built the car initially, because it's never actually gone up to an airline test on the rubber seals. But to me that looks very neat around that driver's door and very neat around the back. There's a small patch to repair on the wheel arch there. That's a filler job actually, it's not actually a weld job. There's a plate that went in there. We had to just shape that back arch a bit to get it to line up with the door. Always a design fault on the Fords, that was. We've took a bit of it out best that we can. So the same procedure now for this side. Get the doors on this side and then check all the wing alignments. Mike's going to come in and do some checks as well as me, and then I'm going to start getting the first fix of filler on. I'm not going to do the cosmetic filling, I'm going to do the sort of the background fill. In other words, I'll put one skim on, get it something, and then they'll do the final plane with the specialist sanders. Let them do that. I'll be doing the soundproof matting for the floor. You hear it echoing on there. I'll be doing the prep in the boot. That's straightforward. All we've got to do is go over the weld lines. You see those weld lines there? I've put the braze in for that repair piece on the boot. Obviously that was a complete boot that went in there. So there's some filler on those. See there? Not those. Where are we? That side where those welds were. You see how that drops down? That wants filling in. And then that's the boot done. Seam seal the boot next. Gutter channel, nothing to do to that. It's come out absolutely mint. Parcel shelf in, absolutely mint. Roof edges mint all the way round. Sills have nothing to do to the sills. Wheel arches don't need anything at all. There's a weld hole blown through there. That's wants patching up. That's a grind. Too much on the grinder on the weld. We'll fix that. Sills this side, nothing to do. A little bit of tidying up to do. Bottom of your B post. Just get that off there, skim that in, then get that down. Same on that side, but tidy there. A little bit on the top of there to just skim in. A couple of pinholes on this inside of this. You'll see them now. There's some damage on that. That very swampy is original. That's a cosmetic piece. So, because I know the inner piece is solid. So we're going to. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm just going to very lightly weld that and then just grind it back. Wings, nothing to do. Bonnet, nothing to do. Front end, nothing to do. Engine bay, wants skimming. Body shop job. I'll be doing some of the bulkhead work. I'll take you in now. Okay, so we're inside the engine bay. Alright, there's a pinhole there, see that one? One pinhole there and two, couple more smaller ones. I've got most of them. Bulkhead, nothing to do. That's a no-brainer. Inner wings, nothing. Just need the skim for the pit holes that were in them when they were stored. Then, you know, 40-year-old panels. Jacking points, of course, nothing to do. Inside here is mint. That's just going to be your lovely doubly Gravitex, all your Gravitex in. And seam sealer again, lots of seam sealer going in there. Door edges to sills are good, everything's held. I'm out by a mil here, but I think that's because I've got to shunt the wing up a touch. But basically pretty pleased with that, the way that's coming back together, really pleased. A couple of dents in the roof, some have been acquired, some are already there, not a problem. Okay, but just, you know, she's been bashed around all over the place. So, but considering that's pretty good. So on we go now. It's Sunday night. We're moving on to Monday. Next clip. I'm just doing a short little recce really for getting myself ready for tomorrow. Gathering together information, just seeing what, genning myself up, ready for tomorrow's session on the bodywork. We'll do the other side doors. Move on to the boot, get the boot closing nice, get all your catches on, all doors opening and closing. We'll just mock it all up as it would be, and then check the trim holes all line up, refit the trim, all your chrome trim to be refitted. Follow those lines all the way through, and then give it a flat, just buff it up a touch over the coach line to get that coach line by eye all the way in. So just give that a flat with some 1000. And just bring it up a touch, just to get the shine on it, and we can just see where we are. And then when I get closer and closer with that, it's going on the spit, revolve it round, seam seal and Gravitex underneath, back down, back onto the dolly, double check all your panels, then load it onto the low loader and get it into the spray bay. In the meantime, I will then work on the dashboard. This obviously must be painted to match the dashboard, so we need that colour, that royal blue or marquee. I think it's actually done in royal. Marquee's the trim colour, so royal for that. Royal for the dash fascia itself. That's what holds the instrument pods in, and the glove box, that's in royal blue, so that can go back in. Obviously sound deadening's got to be fitted. It just sticks on. All seam sealed along those sills, and a bit more seam seal around your tubs. But it's this fun stuff. It's clean work, and it's you know, it's quite fun to do. It's very therapeutic. I know it's putting the seam sealer in and that. I've done a little bit on my green car, and I even find fillerings quite good fun. I don't mind doing the sort of first skim, you know, to get it in, and then let the body shop get the master eye on it. And Mike will probably do that, so he's going to let me do some first skimming, or I'll be doing it. And this wants a little bit of shaping here. This was where your new roof meets your old school window trim. The early Cortinas had a wide chrome strip, and it sort of fits into that groove. They did away with it and rounded this off. So this is where the fillet join is on the roof. Just profile it with some, build it up with some filler in there. That's about it. Not going to need much filler, luckily. A lot of the stuff we've done with braze and weld. Obviously you saw all the prep work that went into it, a couple of years worth there. So the end result is you've just got to put your filler where you need it for your imperfections in your panels. Like you see that, oh, you can't quite see on this, there's a little dent there, one there, you can see that. See, that's been picked up when it's been shunted about, so you've got to be careful when you do shunt them around. I think just one of those things to watch. Good idea to mark out, so you picked up a dent there as well. It's a good idea to mark out any damage before you take it into anywhere, so you can dispute it or not. So yeah, there's a 10-minute clip for you, as I've given you just an introduction to the shell, a sort of opening sequence to the video, showing you the shell as it is, as it's arrived. Looking good. I'll pan as far back as I can for you, right into the corner of the workshop now with the camera, keeping it as still as I can. I'm trying to improve my filming technique for you as well. learned to do slow, steady pans rather than fast cut work. Okay, so giving you a good look around. Take you to the boot in a sec. You've seen those doors, as I said. Have another look at them because I'm pretty pleased with how that looks. Comes up nice. It's all worth it in the end, isn't it? Slowly panning off. Sorry about that jerk there. Okay, so John, look at those doors, edgy gaps there, as you see. It's in the zone, you know, all doable, nothing needed welding anyway, so the main thing this exercise is to get it so that you can jiggle it at the paint shop. Okay, there's your boots. We've been just knocking this down, and also it took a hit on the wheel well there and picked a dent up when it fell off my stand, but it was only a tyre that was on it, this tyre that was on it, so it's okay. I've twatted it back down, sorry about that, I've knocked it back down. Okay, so back end there, look at your light quarters, taking you over this, remember this work round here, small pinhole there, see, we'll lose that, we're okay there, we're okay there. So really, how do you like that? Okay, so I'm going to get some still shots now. I'll call this a wrap. I'll upload the still shots onto the YouTube, sorry, the buy sell site. So basically the idea tonight was to just prepare myself for tomorrow, Monday evening's work. Go out and get some bits, some seam sealers, some filler. I've got all the sanding gear, got a plain sander, orbital sander, DA, everything I need here. Dust sheets, are going to get some dust sheets, cover the pinballs up. Just enough room to work here. You have to push it forward, then bring it back. So I might be doing some furniture removals as well. Okay, so we'll take you, fast forward you to Monday now, and over and out for Sunday night. That's the assessment of the shell, Sunday night, rebuild, episode not known. You have to just check at the beginning of the film. Episode is not known at this stage. I've lost track. I know I ended at 50.3, but then we're carrying on from the rebuild videos. So this is classed as shell rebuild part 1, I guess. So shell rebuild part 1. You've had engine rebuild and rebuild. So this is shell. It's either shell rebuild or shell restore. Not sure what to call it yet, but it'll be obviously at the beginning of the film what I've decided on. And then subsequent films will have the correct ident voiced on by myself. Okay, so have another look and then we'll call it a day. Off we go. See you later. Over and out for tonight. Oh, that's 13 minutes. I'm going to squeeze 40 minutes out of them buggers. See you later. This is part 51 of the video. This is the hidden footage, the footage you didn't see. Lisa is now going to file down the bodywork. I'm sorry about those welds, Lisa. I left them a bit proud. Could you just... That's the way.
Okay.
You look quite good up there. And this way, Lisa. One little wave.
Away?
Yes, please.
Go away.
What were you doing?
Where's the claim? Where's the claim?
No, don't want any of that round here. Health and safety, you must be joking. Don't be claiming round here, look.
You're going overboard now. Right, do something with that bloody drill with you,
What
woman.
am I to do with it?
Hey.
I'm not doing anything rude.
That's all right.
Fine, okay.
We could just suggestively...
Suggestively. What did you do with it?